and welcome back to the channel. Ewoma here, a content creator based in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and I film content about womanhood, motherhood, and everything exciting. How una dey? Guys, on this channel I've shared a lot of pregnancy related videos. I've talked about pregnancy symptoms we don't expect. I've also debunked myths about pregnancy. I've also gone on to share postpartum body changes women experience. So if you are interested in seeing all these videos, I'm going to link them in the description box. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing 6 truths that every first-time mom must know. If you're interested, then keep watching.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you.
I always start my pregnancy related videos by giving kudos to moms out there, so this video is not any different. Every mom out there is a superhero and needs to be celebrated all day, every day. As first-time moms, pregnancy can be a very strange experience. No matter how much you research, no matter how much you ask Google, even when you ask your doctors or you ask people around you, you may still experience things that will shock you, okay? So this video is just to help shed more light. In case you're out there experiencing something like this, just know that you are not alone. So very quickly, number 1 on my list is pooing or doing the number 2 after delivery for the first time can be very terrifying. I'm sure other moms will agree with me, especially if you had a vaginal delivery. Then you know that fear will always be there. You're scared. What if your stitch rips open? What if it's difficult, the pain and everything? So I understand how terrifying it can be, but the truth of the matter is that it doesn't always have to be like that. A very simple tip that can help first time moms, go to the toilet very easily after having their baby is to take food that contain fiber, okay? Take food that will aid bowel movement. You can also use suppositories or take stool softeners. That can help as well. But please do not hold in your poop for too long because you're scared. You don't want to be ripped apart. Please don't do that. It is bad for your health, okay? Constipation can also be an issue. So yeah, pooping may be difficult the first time, but please don't hold it in, okay? If you feel the need to go to the toilet, ask for assistance, ask for help. Stool softeners are a lifesaver. Also take foods that contain a lot of vegetables, take a lot of water. They will help as well. If you strain, you may rip your stitch, okay? It is not safe at all. This also applies during pregnancy, okay? But it is not advised to strain too much, otherwise you're putting yourself at risk of getting hemorrhoids, and you don't want that at all. So please, if you had the same issue after having your baby, share in the comment section what are those tricks you used. Number 2 on my list is that breastfeeding is not always as easy as it seems, and I know that a lot of moms will agree with me on this particular point. This was something I personally experienced as well. I thought after having my baby that my breast milk was going to flow in immediately the moment your baby latches, but I was shocked when that did not happen, guys. It took about 3 days before my breast milk started to flow, and I felt very guilty. I felt very bad for not being able to provide food for my baby, and I'm sure a lot of moms out there felt the same way. Guys, let me quickly debunk a myth about breastfeeding, okay? There's this notion that, okay, if you have big breasts, that means you have more breast milk to breastfeed your baby, but if you have small breasts, you'll not be able to feed your baby. This myth has caused a lot of trauma for women out there, especially women that are not very bossy. They begin to feel bad. You hear statements like, oh, your pikin go enjoy, if a woman has big breasts, or oh, how will you feed your baby if a woman's breast is small? Guys, the truth of the matter is that the size of breast has nothing to do with the ability to breastfeed a baby, okay? As long as you have nipples, you can feed your baby. You can produce enough breast milk to feed your baby. The moment your baby is latched onto you to start sucking, it sends a message to your brain, so you begin to produce breast milk enough to feed your baby. That is why they advise that you feed your baby often, especially if you want your breast milk to come in, because the longer your baby sucks, the more your breast milk will come in, okay? So that is a very huge myth. Also, there are women that are not naturally able to produce breast milk. It's not their fault. It's not what they did. It just happens like that. And there are others that, their breast milk flows everywhere. So please, if you've had your baby as a first-time mom and you're experiencing some form of difficulty with breastfeeding, don't feel bad. Don't feel like it's your fault, okay? The most important thing is that your baby is well fed, okay? It doesn't matter if they're being breastfed or if they're giving formula. However, it is advised that if you can breastfeed, please go ahead and breastfeed your babies. Breastfeeding has a lot of wonderful benefits, okay? But if you know that you're not able to breastfeed your baby, please don't beat yourself too much about it. As long as your baby is well fed, that is the most important thing. Number 3 on my list is, for your information, some babies do not sleep. I know a lot of moms will agree with me, okay? When I had my baby, this girl will not sleep. I had never seen a newborn that would literally be awake for hours. I always thought all babies did was to eat and sleep, they poop, cry, eat and sleep. But to my greatest shock, after feeding my baby, she won't sleep. You play, she would not sleep. It was so serious to the point that I almost took her to the hospital. I was told it's normal and that this happens to some babies. There's nothing wrong with her at all. So please, if you have your baby and your baby is not sleeping as much as you want or as much as you think, please don't bother yourself, okay? As long as the baby is growing fine, nothing is wrong, okay? So quickly, number 4 on my list is your life will never be the same again. Every single mom out there will agree with me on this one. I'm currently a year and 6 months postpartum, and guys, from the day I had my baby till today, I have not had like straight 8 hours of sleep at night. Never. It has never happened, okay? It has never happened. I'm up every other night, once or twice. When she was way younger, I'm up breastfeeding, changing diaper, making sure she's fine. But even now that she has grown older, I'm still up checking to make sure that she's fine, covering her if I need to cover her. Of course, she still wakes up to eat at night, so we'll go and make food. Sometimes she just wakes up, she wants to play, we'll be awake playing. Other times she wakes up for whatever reason and then finds it difficult to go back to bed. What do you think happens? Of course, mommy will be awake with baby as well. So your life will never remain the same again. Aside from even being up at night taking care of your baby, you will experience changes in your social life. You cannot just up and go out like you used to do before you had your baby. Even if you have help, you have to plan ahead. You can't just stand up and attend a party. You can't just stand up and go out. You have to plan your time very well, okay? Just to make sure that your little ones are okay. In fact, now you have to work with their timing, not just yours at all. Aside from not even being able to go out as much anymore, you have to consider them first in every decision you take. You want to travel, you want to go out, even when you want to cook, you have to pay attention to their preferences first. If you have picky eaters, you will understand this very well. You have to make sure that you have available what they like to eat before you think of yourself. Many times, once I've fed and bathed my baby, I'm okay. I won't even remember that, I need to eat. So you see why I always say that every mom is a superhero and why I am always celebrating mothers. Number 5 on my list is postpartum sex will be interesting. Guys, I have an entire video dedicated to postpartum sex. I think I talked about the reasons some women don't enjoy sex anymore after having their baby, and I also shared some tips women can use if they're having any difficulty having sex postpartum. I'm also going to link that video in the description box if you're interested in seeing that video. Guys, this is very common because having your baby, your body has gone through some changes, so you may find out that the things you used to like before, you don't like it again. Your sweet spots are no longer your sweet spot, and begin to ask yourself, what is going on? Why don't I enjoy doing this thing anymore? For some women, they begin to experience low libido. Yes, it happens. For some women, they begin to experience dryness, different things. For some women, even some positions become very painful for them, whereas before they had their babies, that was their favorite position. So it's a whole lot. Having sex postpartum requires a lot of patience. Otherwise, you become frustrated and then you start running away from it. It will not be like a chore as opposed to something to keep you relaxed, okay? So yes, it's going to be a shocker for you. After having your baby as a first-time mom, you may realize that things have changed. For some people, their libido goes back to normal. Okay, let me also debunk one myth about sex postpartum, and that myth is that after having a baby, the vagina does not go back to normal. It is actually a myth. Everything goes back to normal after the baby. It may take a while, but definitely things will go back to normal. Okay, so the 6th thing on my list is that your snapback will not be overnight, and this one is for those at the back that cannot hear me. I understand the pressure right now. Everybody wants to be snapback, especially when you come online and see women that had their babies like 2 days ago and you see their tummy is already flat. I remember after having my baby, I came across a video of somebody on Instagram, and when I saw her snapback, I was shocked. This lady was 2 weeks postpartum, but her tummy was almost invisible at this point. Whereas I was already a couple of months postpartum and I still looked very pregnant. So I understand the pressure. Let's not forget that genetics plays a huge role in this. You see a lady that was very slim before she had her baby. What do you expect? She may gain some weight after the baby, but she may find it easier to snap back. Whereas if you already had some flesh before your baby, it may be more difficult for you. So I think it's important to pay attention to how healthy you are compared to how you look. Snap back will happen even if you don't do anything about it. After a couple of months, you will see some results. You may not go back to exactly how you used to be pre-baby, but trust me, you will not remain the same way you were postpartum. So please take it easy on yourself. Just do what you can do, and please don't rush into exercise too early. If you've not been cleared by your doctor to start exercising, please relax yourself, okay? Especially if you had your baby via CS. You don't want to have infections, you don't want your stitch to loose. So take it easy, take things slow and steady. And then if you've been cleared to start exercising, you can focus on some exercises that help with your pelvic floor, okay? Especially if you had the accessus recti, which is when the muscles around your abdomen actually tears or rips apart because of your growing baby. So please take it easy, eat healthy, do exercises when you can. Don't beat yourself too much up about it, okay? Don't go and start taking slimming tea, weight loss this, weight loss that, so that you will not start introducing harmful things into your system, okay? It took your body 9 whole months to create your baby, so please, it's not magic. Don't expect it to happen immediately. It may take a while, but slowly and surely you will get there. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please indicate in the comment section if you found it interesting or educative. Also, if you've watched this point and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, join my growing family. Also, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said